Hey, what's up guys? My name's Jessica. I'm a full service independent escort from Brisbane, Australia. I'm also the host of the Latex Files podcast and I create content on TikTok and Instagram. I apologise for the audio today. My usual microphone I don't know if it's gone cactus on me, but yeah, it's not working. So we'll just have to box on and I'll try to raise my voice for you. Today, we're talking about a bit of a pet peeve that I have as an SW, and I think a lot of SWs will have. And it might be one that you might want to be mindful of if you are new to the service. And I'm just making the video because it happened to me today, so let me give you the scenario. At about 10 o'clock this morning, when I was on my way just to go into the city for about an hour, I had someone text me and say, oh, can I have a booking in a couple of hours time? I said, look, give me an additional half an hour, so 12:30 p.m. and more than happy to see you. And he said, okay, great, like send me through your address and everything. So boom, sent through the address, booking made. Now this client intermittently used that time. He knew that I was out in the city running errands. He used that time to start chit-chatting with me about, oh, what services are included? If I extend to an hour, what services are included? Oh, can you clarify this or that? And the last straw for me was, and I responded politely and said, here's the usual sort of stuff. Like, let me know if there's something in particular you want. And he wrote back, this is what I want. Like, is this something you do? And I said yes, and that was something that attracts an additional cost. So I let him know the additional costs, and he was like, yep, that's great, because I am really HORNY today, and so I kind of want to try anything. And I'm like, the interaction when you're clarifying services after the fact and like drawing out chit chat, I know it's like time waster already. So I kind of get annoyed because I'm out and about running errands. And for me, the last straw was he then messaged back after we clarified, yep, no problem. Oh, like, what's your specialty? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What is my specialty? So it's just time waster all over. So the vibe that I'm trying to give you is clients that use the booking process after they've made a booking, they're using the post-booking process to like sexy chat with you, or to repeatedly and at length over whether it's hours or days or weeks in some cases, trying to come back and forwards to you to clarify different aspects of the service and ask different questions. The whole thing is like, it's not a job interview. And all of these things, as I wrote back to him and said, look, all of these things you should have been asking if you were unclear before you actually book in for the service. Like, now that you've booked in for the service, I'm out and about running errands for the next couple of hours. It is not my job to sit here and like entertain you for the next couple of hours. And I understand that you are HORNY, and there are ladies, if what you're actually truly wanting is a digital service, there are ladies that are more than happy to do that for you. Alternatively, there are free resources available on the internet that you could peruse and get into the mood that way. Like, I'm actually off the clock. This is not included in the service time. So like, we're not doing this effectively. And so he was like, oh yeah, totally understand, whatever. And I was like, sure. But I knew at that point, like, I'm not busting my behind to get home, because lo and behold, of course, what happened, he turned around and was like, oh, look, I don't feel like there's a connection, so I'm going to cancel. And he blocked me straight away. And yeah, like, that's no problem. I didn't even take him for one that would show up, because I don't know that what he was wanting. I thought there was like a 50% chance that he would no show, because I think what he's wanting to do is sit there with one hand on his downstairs and fantasize about a hypothetical booking with an escort. Another example of what I'm talking about, I saw a guy the other day who was relatively inexperienced with using the service, which I don't think he explained to me at the outset, but in any case, like, it was what it was. And made a booking with me like a few days prior, and then kept trying to text me about asking this and that because he was nervous. So like one day he was asking about, oh, should I like shave down there and blah, 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 blah. And then another day he was like, oh, I just want to clarify, like, can I ask you a question? And that's how he would write, like, can I text you a question? And I'm like, you just did. Like, now I have to respond back to you in order to prompt you to ask whatever. Like, I don't know. 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 fucking question that you want to ask me? And he actually came and turned out to be all right in the service, but he was kind of saying over text, oh, but I'm so nervous, because I was saying, well, he was saying, oh, can I send through like everything I want in the service and whatever? And I'm like, we have exchanged for your 1 hour booking request. We have exchanged so many messages, and it has required so much admin from me. And if you were nervous and unclear about the services and everything, that should have been clarified before you make the booking. Like, once you make the booking and secure the address, it's not then appropriate for you to be ping pong chit chatting, whether because you're trying to engage in spicy chat or you're trying to allay your own concerns. Like, in no other industry would that sort of thing be tolerated. So why should it be tolerated in this industry? And in terms of like nervousness, I have a level of empathy for that. Of course, I understand and I empathize with the situation of someone being genuinely nervous. But as I explained to him, like, this is a big boy activity, and once you make the booking, it's not my responsibility to every day placate your nerves and concerns and like continue to entice you to come along to the booking. You're meant to put your big boy pants on when you read the advertisement and figure out if that's something an experience that you want to engage in and proceed with, and then you make the booking and then you show up for the booking. Like, that's how it's meant to go. Like, we're in big boy land. Like, I'm not your mother. I don't need to sit there and like, what about this and tell you this, that, and the other thing. And particularly, I have a very low level of tolerance with it too, because I am such a public facing figure on the internet that I have given countless hours to the pursuit of delivering prospective clients up-to-date, clear guidance information on how to do their first booking with an escort and what different acronyms mean, like how to tackle your first booking, what to bring along, do's and don'ts. Like, I have given a plethora of information. So if you can't find the answer already from that like plethora of information, then I just think, well, what you're really wanting me to do is, continue to entice you towards that booking. And like, that's not what I'm here to do. You've booked me in for a particular time. My advertisement and the other resources that I've already offered to you should be sufficient to entice you into a booking. If they're not, then don't make a booking with me in the first place. And I think there's a lot of ladies out there that would feel exactly the same way as me. Like, making a booking with an SW, it's not a job interview. You don't get repeated chances to ask all these questions. You really need to be, if you're a first-time client or you're relatively new to wanting to do this, you need to be coming up with your list of questions if things aren't clarified specifically on the ad for you, or you feel like you need to say, I'm a first-timer, which I think is a good idea. All of that can be easily spelt out. We would be fine with that. Spell it out in the message, and we can say yes or no or whatever, and then you make the booking. After you make the booking, it's not time for you to go back and forwards with us and clarify this and that. And it's not the time for you, if you're making a short notice available booking, to sit there for the next 2 hours while that SW is doing other things, whether she's seeing other clients or off running errands like I was, or just engaging in whatever other activity she might have on for the day. It's not, it's not her job to create a connection for you, or to make it so that you don't feel the absence of a connection with her over that next 2 hour period. You should have felt a connection with her before you made the booking. I think a lot of prospective clients and prospective clients need to understand that the vibe is just completely different for us. Like, as a service provider, all of this we view as a bit of additional work, whereas on your behalf, you're really appreciating all of the additional attention and the interaction, like the text message exchange, or whether you're calling her to make the booking, you're appreciating that attention and what you're getting back from that. But, on our side, we're not appreciating that. So I suppose if you just want to leave a really good impression with us, if you are relatively new to it, just be very upfront with your questions and concerns and allow that to unfold before you actually make the booking. And then once you actually make the booking, literally all you have to do is turn up for it. Your questions should be answered, your concerns should be allayed. If you had concerns in the beginning, like you were very nervous, then to where you are looking for someone to like still coax you into proceeding, you shouldn't have been making the booking in the first place. Like, we are in big boy land, okay? We're not, this is not high school. We don't need like our teacher or our mummy like holding our hand to take us to appointments. We're deciding as adults to make appointments and to stick to those and decide, what we're going to do with our human bodies. It's not up to a woman to coax you and say, oh, like, you'll be right and blah, 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 to get you like fired up again, to get your lust fired up. If it's not sufficiently fired up in there, don't make a booking. Well, I hope that doesn't come off too harshly because it's not intended to be. But yes, I've just had a little string of these ones of people making bookings and then just the uttermost work that they're requiring me to do. Even like, oh, do you want me to bring a gift or drinks or like, but not just like one particular request or something. It's like we're going back and forwards then, or even in between bookings. The amount of back and forwards, even with clients that I've seen maybe one time and then I'm seeing them again on tour in like a couple of months' time, and the amount of chit chat back and forwards is like next level. Yeah, so it's just not, from my perspective, it's totally unnecessary, and it can be very draining and like totally annoying. And I understand from the client's perspective, they're wanting all of that and it makes them feel good, which is why they're doing it. But, there needs to be understanding and appreciation from their side that, of course, that doesn't make us feel good because, like, this is not part of the booking process. And my biggest tip in that regard, like, if you are wanting a bit more chit-chat and hand-holding and things, it's very easy to drop a gift card. It's very easy to just send over a little bit more money as a gesture of good faith, like of goodwill. And in that case, it's like, okay, well, you're not just trying to like suck energy from us. You are actually, caring about how we feel and that this is additional labor. So we do appreciate it in that case. And we're generally more than happy to help. So I do hope this provides some insight, I guess, into how things work and how we think and feel. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions and things about this. Yeah, let me know. Any concerns, let me know here. So look, again, my name is Jessica J. I'll leave my link down below for any tips you might want to leave me, because obviously I don't get paid from this. Look, I am a Googleable person. If you do want to have a bit of a click around and try to find me, yeah, you'll, have a Google. We've all forgotten how to Google, guys. We've all forgotten how to Google, but it's great. Can I just remind everyone about Google? It's a great resource. Okay, thanks so much, guys.